So in this video, I'll be going over with you the Group 2 scales and arpeggios, the fingerings, and the notes. So in Group 2, the scales I outlined for you are G flat or F sharp major. These have the same note, they're in harmonics, so we can call it G flat major or F sharp major. Then we have D flat or C sharp major scale. And then we also have F major. So the good news is that these two black key scales, F sharp, C sharp, are very easy to finger just because they use your long fingers to do it, so the black keys are a guide. And then F isn't too bad, only difference is the right hand fingering compared to the left, which we've already learned. So let's start with the easy ones here. So I'll tell you to use this sheet to help you. So when we do F sharp major, one thing that'll help you is if you group them first. So we'll use what I call the long finger guide. So what that looks like is you're going to use your long fingers. So fingers 2, 3, and 4. So these long fingers are going to go on your group of 3 black keys for this scale. And then when you get to the 2 black keys, you're going to use fingers 2 and 3. So if I was to group F sharp major to try to play the scale, you would do 2, 3, and 4 in the right hand, then thumb under, and then 2 and 3, thumb under, and then we're going to start the pattern again since we're doing 2 octaves. 2, 3, 4, thumb, 2, 3, thumb, right? Coming back down, same idea. So thumb on white key, now 2, 3, group of 2, thumb, 2, 3, 4, thumb, 2, 3, thumb, 2, 3, 4. So when you do the left hand, same idea. So again, using your longer fingers, 3, 2, 1, thumb, 2, 3, thumb, 4, 3, 2, thumb, 3, 2, thumb, and then I say you can end on a 2. On the sheet they give you 4 just because they think if you're going to go again for another octave, but you can end on a 2 just because we're doing 2 octaves only right now. So 2 in the left hand, thumb, 2 and 3 long fingers, thumb, 2, 3, 4, thumb, 2, 3, thumb, 4, 3, 2. Alright? So, what that looks like, hands together, finger up 10, 2, 3, thumb, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, thumb, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 2, 3. And you can also remember that your thumb is just going to hug the 3 black key groups as you go up. See how the thumb is closer, or the white key is closer to the 3 black key group? Just kind of use that as a little visual trick to help you with F sharp major. Okay, so if I were to play it hands together, just like on the sheet, it looks like this. Okay, so that's F sharp or G flat major scale. Now, if you move down to the next scale, C sharp or D flat, so the same idea applies. You can group it, and again, using your long fingers. So we're going to start on 2 and 3 on the long group of 2 keys. Then we have thumb by itself. Then we have 2, 3, 4. And then thumb by itself. Right, so that's 1 octave. And then same idea for left hand. Start on 2 and 3 for a group of 2 black keys. Thumb by itself, hugging the 3 black key groups. Then 4, 3, 2, long fingers. Then thumb on C, or I should say B sharp. And then that's 1 octave. Yeah, so that's the idea. Then you would keep going if we were doing 2 octaves. Right? So what that looks like hands together is, if you group it first to help you get familiar. So again, long fingers, 2, 3. Thumb. Then we have 4, 3, 2, 2, 3, 4. Then thumb. And then let's just do 2 octaves, so we're going to keep going. 3 and 2, 2 and 3. Thumb. And we can do a 2 here. And back down. Thumb. Long fingers. 4, 3, 2, 2, 3, 4. Thumb. 2, 3, 4, 3, 3, 2. Right. So again, the black keys are there to help you. And so if you're going to do it as a scale, this is what it looks like. 2 octaves. C sharp major, D flat major. Ready, go. Okay, and then the last in group 2 is F major. So this is really simple, only because the left hand's what we've been used to doing as far as the standard fingering goes, and then the right hand's the only difference, where we have a group of 4 and 3. So what that looks like is, so for the right hand, an F major, instead of the normal 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, we actually do groups of 4 first. So we're doing right hand, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have a B flat in this scale. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 notes, thumb under, then 1, 2, 3, and then we're doing 2 octaves. So the pattern continues again. We're doing 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and then back down. So let me start here. And when we end on F major, we're going to end on a 4. So we end on a 4, come back down, we have group of 3 first, and then group of 4. And to remind you, just know your long finger, meaning your 4th finger, is going to be on a B flat here. So that's a good landmark to remember. Then 4, 3, 2, then groups of 3, groups of 4. Right? So it looks like by itself, right hand, 1, 2, 3, and again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and we add the last note. And then back down. Now 4 on the black key, B flat, cross over to 3, then 4. Alright? you do the left hand in F major, it's going to be the same fingering we've had, the standard fingering. So we have key by itself, group of 4, then cross over group of 3, and then group of 4, group of 4, and then group of 3. Coming down, 1, 2, 3, thumb under, 1, 2, 3, 4, then 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Alright, so what that looks like, hands together. So remember, you end on a 4. Coming back down in the right hand, you end on a 4 on the right hand. So coming back down both hands. 2, 3. Alright, so that is the group 2 scales. And now let's look at the arpeggios. So again, on this sheet, this will help you a lot. So we have again F sharp, G sharp, or F sharp, G flat, C sharp, D flat, and then F. So what makes this F sharp arpeggio easy to remember is that they're all black keys, right? And the fingering is, again, we're just using the triad, or the 1, the 3, and the 5 of the scale that makes up the triad, or the arpeggio. That makes up the arpeggio, and then we just add the octave, or the root note, F, at the end. So in this case, if we had 2 octaves, it looks like this. Alright, so that's 1 octave, right hand. And then left hand, we use 5, 3, 2, 1. Same notes, but 5, 3, 2, 1. Looks like this. Alright. So, if we were to do hands together, it looks like this. Alright. Now, if we went to C sharp. So C sharp's a little different. The one thing I would advise is if you would just use 2 on each hand. Instead of a 4 in the right hand, you could start it with a 2, and that would help make it easier. So what that looks like is 2, right? 2, 1, 2, 4. And the pattern continues. Same thing with the left hand. We have 2, 1, 4 goes over to get to the G sharp. So practice that a few times. Just use your thumb as a pivot. Okay. And what that looks like is 2 octaves. So start on 2 for each hand. It's okay. Thumbs together. Right, so that is C sharp, D flat major. So continuing on to our last scale, or our last arpeggio for group 2, we're going to be doing F major arpeggio. So as you can see, fingering is pretty standard, straightforward. For 2 octaves, we have 1, 2, 3, thumb under, 1, 3, 5. And remember, they're just using the 1st, the 3rd, and the 5th note of the F major scale is the outline of the arpeggio, and then they have the octave. And then for the left hand, we have 5, 4, 2. 5, 4, 2, 1. And then if we did 2 octaves, we would cross over with the 4. Right? So again, 5, 4, 2 is the chord with the thumb. So what that looks like when you play them hands together. So again, 5, 4, 2.